Note: the following video is protected under fair use. So therefore, if you are some asshole douchebag Japanese company who want to take this video down, even though all I use are just random pictures off Google and Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki, just no, suck my balls. Okay, let's get started. So if you couldn't tell from that little intro, I got to start off with a little business talk. If you don't care, which I completely understand and respect, skip to this spot for just the episode review, but I want to explain what happened. So, earlier this week, I got my first major copyright strike. My episode 8 and 9 reaction from last week was taken down. It was from some Japanese company. There was no English text. I'm guessing NAS. I don't know why me, because I'm pretty small time. And also, if those idiots with their no top-down perspective would actually look, they'd probably notice people like me do a hell of a lot better job promoting their anime than they do. But regardless, the video was taken down due to infringement of copyright. I put in the counterclaim where, I say that A, I only use pictures off Google, and 2, I of course included the thing about fair use, and of course, these are reviews, therefore they are protected, and I can use the pictures, which again are just pictures. I put in the counterclaim. If something happens, I have no idea. But yeah, this is kind of worrisome because I know once it starts for a lot of channels, it doesn't seem to stop. So I'm not going to take this lying down. Like I said, I put in the counterclaim, but on top of that, some changes are going to have to happen. Among other things, I'm taking the drastic thing. I'm starting to look into other video sharing sites. Bandit Incorporated talked about VidMe because I hear like their pay system is better and maybe I could get better luck there. I know Rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! When he did his Arc 5 Opening 6 analysis, that got copyright struck, so we put it on another site. I might look into that. It's been a crazy week for me, so I haven't really had a lot of time yet. But I kind of got to protect my ass here, so if it comes to that, I would still upload videos to YouTube, because obviously YouTube is the biggest site, but if I do find a better site, I'll just put more effort into that. For the time being, though, all other videos like anime reviews, or anime discussions, or movie discussions, as few often as I can get those out, will continue to look the same. It will still be the same sort of format. I change the picture at least every minute, or at least when I feel the need to change it. But as far as the Vrains episode reactions go, considering I have a feeling I was specifically targeted just for those, from this point forward, they'll only have one picture. It'll either be a clip from Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki, but even that I'm a little worried about getting attacked for. So if not, it's just going to be a piece of fan art that will be somewhat similar to the episode going on. And I'll include a link to that person's fan art page as well, because I actually kind of like a lot of fan art. And I'll be honest, does anyone actually care about the pictures I use? But that's all. I just wanted to get you all up to speed. I can re-upload a version of the video with the new one picture thing if anyone cares, but at this point, I'd rather just move forward and hope I get my video back. I ain't taking this line down. I've been copywritten before, but they were for videos nobody watched, so I just deleted the videos. And no one actually had the video taken down. So, for now, this is how things are going to be. So this week, we got something a little bit different. We had a much smaller, self-contained episode from what we've gotten out of Vrains. But what was interesting about it was that it was simple and straightforward, but they threw in a lot of really subtle curveballs that I think say a lot about Revolver as a character, and it's really neat. First up, the whole idea that they're actually now on their second duel. Why? Because Revolver forced a tie, so that way he could change the duel to a place that was more in his favor. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was a little bullshit. You could not have planned this. But then it hit me. he didn't necessarily plan for things to go this way, but when he realized his chances of beating Yusaku at a speed duel weren't either high enough for him or he just didn't think he could do it, he decided to make the playing field more in his favor and put them into a duel style he can take more advantage of with what his deck does. This is a very clever and very subtle idea because it shows that he is so smart and so much ahead of everyone else. He can think of everything 1,000 miles a minute and knows exactly what direction to go in. It made for a really cool reveal and a really cool scene and setup. We see a lot of rival duels in this show. I don't know if we've seen one this clever in as much as how the player thinks of things outside the children's card game. And then we get into their actual duel in the data storm. First up, that's a neat idea they're actually inside it, and I like that. And also, I like the fact that he immediately takes precaution for Firewall Dragon, even though he doesn't know Firewall Dragon exists. Another clever twist. I had a feeling from the minute Vrains started that Firewall Dragon would probably show up in the first duel against Revolver. It just makes sense from a promotional standpoint. But how they take advantage of the fact that you expect that is also very neat. Because very clearly, Revolver figured, well, he went into a big data storm. He needs something stronger than what he's got. It's going to be a Link 4. So he prepares for that. First up, obviously, he ends the duel. And then what does he do for their next duel? He immediately summons a monster that limits how high Yusaku can get. And that is a really clever idea because, again, it plays with our expectations. We know Firewall Dragon is probably going to show up and wreck shit. But now it's been restricted. Now it's been limited. Yusaku now has a new obstacle. Now he doesn't just need to figure out a way to win. His only way to win has been sealed off from him. And he's got to figure out a way to get to it. And quickly because Revolver's not stopping. I just love the relentlessness sense you get of this character. He has such just this... It's probably the way the actor does it, like very intense, very serious. You really get this sense like Revolver will pretty much just beat the shit and hurt anyone to get what he wants. I mean, that's what we've seen, and I really quite enjoyed it. The duel was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of kick out of it. Is it maybe a little long? Maybe, but it's cool we're seeing a lot of different plays and a lot of cool moves coming out of them. Not much else to say. I like the look of Link Vrains when we get that shot of the data storm and what Revolver's done to it. I really does, again, it shows how powerful this guy is, which in just a lot of ways that are visual. I'm sorry if I sound a little off. Again, it's been kind of a crazy week. Apart from anything else, I really like the scene with the chess pieces for Soul Technologies. I don't know why. I am really interested in the idea of a corporate espionage subplot in this, which there is, but every time we see it, it kind of gets me excited. I don't know why they're talking to each other in chess piece form, unless they're just on the phone and that's how it looks in the Soul Technologies system. But other than that, really neat. Nice simplistic episode. Obviously not the big thing I wanted to talk about, but I really did enjoy it, and I really am liking the direction Vrains is going. It's really interesting, and it's really neat. But what did you think? In the comments section below, give me your thoughts about this episode. If you've got any fair use tips for me, I could really appreciate it. And as for this week's TCG question of the week, Link format comes out tomorrow. And I don't know if I've asked this already, but since it's tomorrow, are you excited? Are you going straight into the links? Have you prepared a main deck base deck like a Cosmo or a Dark Magician or a True Draco deck to use until something that comes out that tickles your fancy? Or are you just happy that Zodiacs get a bit of a ceiling now? Because I know in Simo's video he talked about, Zoo's still best Jack. He doesn't change anything, man. It just gives them a ceiling. I like the fact they're getting a ceiling. I like the fact that they have kind of this extra limitation and this thing you can kind of take advantage of. It makes me more happy when I have to face that deck 89 times a week. But tell me that below. As always, click to like, click to subscribe, and enjoy the coming of Decode Tucker.